I'm about to tell you about the closest interaction I had with a ghost, and it also happens to be the most recent. So a little backstory, I live in an area in California surrounded by mountains, forests, and nature. Other than going to an occasional viewpoint, I would never really go out into the wilderness. However, as we all know, COVID happened and everything closed. And out of the desire to go out, one of my friends and I started exploring the outdoors. We would drive through the mountain roads looking for cool spots to explore. And of course, we would often go at night for the added thrill. There's something so captivating about being alone in the dark forest or walking on top of a mountain overlooking the city lights. At night, more animals come out too, which is usually what we hope to see, like deer, raccoons, and we even saw a coyote once. One day, as we were driving through one of these empty roads, we noticed a tiny cliff overlooking a lake. Now, there's not many lakes in our area, and the ones that are there are well known, and neither one of us had ever heard of this one. We pulled over on the shoulder of the road and basically climbed our way down to the base of the lake. It was pitch black, our only light sources were the stars and a few lights on top of the furthest mountain. It was just enough light to see the other side of the lake. We felt the air get heavy and we just stared at each other in silence because we saw a man running on the other side of the lake. Well, more like a dark figure of a man, actually. He ran along the shore until he disappeared in the trees. We didn't know who he was, but one thing we knew for sure. There was no access to the other side of the lake. At that point, we were already convinced that we saw a ghost, and stunned by the sight, we continued our journey in silence. I was ahead and my friend was walking behind me. I heard some rustling in the bushes ahead of me and got a little excited to see an animal. And as I turned back to let my friend know, I saw the figure standing behind him. And he must have seen the fear in my eyes because the second I looked over, he froze, staring at me with his eyes wide open. Overcoming my fear, I turned on the flash on my phone and saw this figure just dissolve into darkness. It's gone, I say, staring into the air behind him. He slowly looks behind himself and then back at me and says, "The man behind you is gone as well."